Oh baby, that got a little dicey there. A little dicey for a bit, but we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We are not in a position to turn away any good fortune whatsoever. I'm not going to call it good fortune. I mean, the Grizzlies shot 20 free throws in the first half, so I don't know what the fuck they're complaining about so vociferously at the end of that game. Man, how about this? How about this to start off tonight? If you would have told me before the season that on the night that the Knicks secure a record above 500, if you would have told me that on the night that that happened, that the significance of them finishing with a guaranteed record above 500 would mean so little to me. And I'm just being honest. It doesn't mean a whole lot to me right now because we've known that they were going to finish over 500 for a while now. That's talk about the upset of the century. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know what to say because the goalposts, I don't know if this is the right term to use, but it feels like it's the right term to use. The goalposts have changed. Forget about the goalposts have changed. We've moved down the block to a new stadium. We've moved to a new city. We're the Browns. The moving trucks came in, took all the shit, took us to Baltimore. The goalposts are nowhere to be seen based on the beginning of the season when we were like, all right, win 25 games. That's fine. Just show us some progress. Let the kids play. Be competent. Be coherent. Now, we're sitting here. We're thinking. What are we thinking about? Are we thinking about okay, so you have clear top 8 in the NBA? Is it a top 9 now? I don't know. It's a question that I have. It's just I'm done putting a cap on this team. I'm done putting a cap on this team because why would you put a cap on this team that on the second night of a back-to-back comes in to Memphis, who by the way is a good team. I know their coach, I don't know what Clyde does not have his best game. Their coaches came undone at the end. He's done a wonderful job. They've had a wonderful season. I think they're in ninth right now. Memphis is damn good, and they're coming off a disappointing loss. And Memphis came out tonight with a purpose. They wanted to make a point, and they played like they were trying to make a point. And we came out and played like shit. And they took the punch, and it was just okay. We're gonna methodically, systematically, in the way that we do it, go up 17 entering the fourth quarter, and then we'll have our usual. You can count on it every game, like clockwork. 5 minutes where we can't score a goddamn bucket, and make it closer than it should be, but we'll still come out with what essentially was an easy victory. It's 14-point win. Again, on the road, second night of a back-to-back. And, oh, by the way, we're going to do it on a night when ostensibly our two best players combined to shoot 14 for 35 from the field. Randall was 9 for 23. R.J. Barrett was 5 for 12. Even Reggie Bullock was only 4 for 9. 2 for 6 from 3. So, the guys that have been doing all the scoring for them didn't even have a particularly great night tonight. And yet they still came out and they did it. They took care of business. What does this mean for the next 4 games? Oh, man. I don't know, but I'm not going to talk about that yet. I want to talk about tonight a little bit more. David Futternick, all the Memphis ribs for Tom Thibodeau. I need them to be sauced the fuck up. Give that man some sauce. Give him some curly fries in the plate right there. You know, when they bring the ribs, put them on the curly fries so the sauce is getting all in there. Give this head coach his ribs and his sauce and his fries. He has earned it. And that is where we are at. We're going to have Thibodeau press conference in a little bit. But first, of course, we have the Super Chat. And we're going to hit everybody's comments. James Kressler, winning record clinched. RJ is better than Ja. Ja Morant's really good. Ja Morant did not have a great night. And obviously he was frustrated. And quite honestly, Ja Morant has not had a great season. And RJ gets the benefit. Let's just call it like it is. I got to call it like it is. RJ doesn't have to be the best player on his team in his second year in the league. Ja Morant has to be the best player on his team. And he wasn't the best player on his team tonight, and they lost. RJ, at a night like tonight, he didn't have to be one of the two best players on his team. That said, I thought, even though he didn't shoot the ball well, I thought he made some winning plays. Slacker Hero. Brick City from Ja tonight. LMAO. Yeah, I like Ja. But it was like the off the backboard thing. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Stevens Guillaume, RJ 4-0 against Zion and Ja. You love to see it. Harry Donut. Harry, I noticed you in the halftime zone. Shout out to you, Harry. Again, anytime you want to make a comment or ask a question, feel free. JM Prego, nice W. Lots of secondhand shame for the Grizz. They embarrassed themselves with that crunch time performance. D Rose for mayor. We're going to talk about Derrick Rose in a second. Ravi Meta, 2 for $1 for Jenkins double T and $2 for Jenkins double T and 1 for Jaws T. Thank you so much. Andrew Rosenbaum, thank you for your contributions. It was that CT Pittman. CT Pittman, I'm going to ask you, did you receive a package yet? Because there should be something on the way. I don't know if it got to you yet. Jeremy Cohen with the tweet of the night. So this is what it's like to be on the receiving end of Tony Brothers tomfoolery. I missed that one. Hannibal Miles. This is not only the reason of MVP Randall, but the resurgence of MVP Rose. We're getting to Rose very quickly. Tell Randall to cut out the bad long twos. Love him. Here's the thing about Randall's bad long twos. He's been hitting them all year. I know he didn't hit them tonight, but it's tough for me to get on. And look, I was sitting there and I'm watching Julius Randle in the beginning of the fourth quarter take these long twos and the step backs, and like it felt like there was more that we could be doing to generate offense, and he wasn't doing it. And I was tempted to be like, all right, Julius, this isn't helping matters. But then you think back to how good he's been this year, and that the fact that this is an anomaly, and like, are we really going to get on him for this? I'm not. Was it his best game? No. His penalty, he doesn't get one of the stars of the game, probably. Maybe he gets the 1 star in tomorrow's newsletter. PKNY, let's not break this team up. Addition through free agent only, no big trade for a piece. I would not be disappointed if we brought the squad back for a full camp. I wouldn't either. I agree with you. I think just make one addition. Take out Peyton. Give me a real point guard. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I want. If you like this team and you're wondering what it's going to cost to bring them back, check out tomorrow's Knicks Film School newsletter, shameless plug. I'm going to go through contract comps over the last several years in free agency for Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, and Derrick Rose. Statistical, money, the whole thing. And I'm going to pinpoint exactly what I think it's going to take for the Knicks to bring all of these guys back and predict who will be back and who won't be. So check out tomorrow's newsletter. Michael Aaron, what's going on, my man? It's good to see you. Poor Jeremy already lost his 1-3 prediction. You know what? Jeremy wins life all the time. He's a ginger. I mean, what's better than being a ginger? He must have something else going for him. I don't know. But it's okay. I could win this one. A-Rod 2006. That's a fun name. Wait, hold on. I lost it. Coming back. There we go. Do you think Rose is still capable of this? No. Let's talk about Derrick Rose. I'm going to pull up Tibbs so make sure I don't miss the presser. So I know statistically his last season in Minnesota was better. I know as someone pointed out on Twitter, I know, in 2015, he was on that Bulls team that they went to, I think it was the conference semifinals or whatever it was. He had meaningful playoff games, obviously, after the ACL. I stand by what I said on Twitter a little while ago. I think this is the best stretch of post-ACL basketball that Derrick Rose has played. When you consider what he has been doing for this team, the role he has taken on, how much is on his shoulders with the bench unit, the leadership role he's taken on. It's clear as day he's taken on a leadership role. Not forcing anything, letting the game come to him, being efficient, playing meaningful games. Those Minnesota games were not meaningful games. That team was, that was the Jimmy Butler season. I think it's the best basketball and the most important basketball he's played since the ACL. And again, I was not a fan of this guy. I mean, he left a sour taste in my mouth his first season in New York. And I've spoken about it before and I've written about it before. I was really, really bothered by it. I was really bothered by it. And for him to come here now, I mean, talk about 100,000% turned around everything. We got Tom Thibodeau. Here we go.
Hey everyone, Coach is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Mark Berman.
Yeah, Tom, to do a second night of a back-to-back on the road against a good team, I mean, how impressed are you by this one?
Well, you've got to bring the energy and the commitment to win. And so I thought our guys were excellent in terms of preparation. We got in late or early this morning. And, just being ready to go at the start of the game. We started off slowly the first couple of minutes, but then I thought our starters did a good job. I thought Alfred's ball pressure really got us going. And then, we built a good lead in the third. And struggled a little bit in the fourth, but we found a way to win. So whatever we have to do to get the wins, it's hard to win on the road. Defense, rebounding, that team puts a lot of pressure on you. Position, attacking the paint. So you have to get back. You got to get set. You got to keep the ball out of the paint. And then they have great length and versatility defensively, and they can turn you over. And I thought our guys did a good job with that as well.
Dave Popper.
Hey, Tom, early in the fourth quarter, or midway through the fourth quarter, I guess, you pulled Derrick, brought in Alec, and Alec gets hurt right away. And Derrick looked like he was struggling a little, and then comes back in a minute later and seems to turn things on to another level. What did you see from him there?
Well, we just knew where we were in terms of, trying to get guys in and out. So
I thought his substitution patterns tonight, I thought were great. Would have liked to see a little bit more quickly in the second half, but I thought Tibbs coached a really good game.
And so, Anderson hit the 2 threes, and that sort of, brought the lead down, and then we knew it'd be a fight after that. So that's what I liked. I liked the toughness of the team, the perseverance, and just finding a way to get it done. I knew Alec is his first game back, and I thought he did some really good things, but his timing's still not there. It'll get there. I thought Norvell gave us really good minutes.
Agreed.
RJ had a good stretch for us.
Pell Hive.
We needed everyone.
We here.
And we got that. Taj is, that matchup with Valanciunas is a very difficult one because you're in a lot of pick and rolls.
He's a load.
Valanciunas. And you got to try to keep him off the board. And it just required an unbelievable amount of effort, and that's the great value of Taj. Is you're going to get more than one effort on every play. There's going to be 2, 3, and 4 efforts on him, and that's what it takes to win. There's no stat for that, but that's why he's so valuable to the team. And then I thought Norvell just being ready to go, when his number was called. So and we needed his minutes. He was very good as well.
Jonathan Macri.
Coach, obviously you had Derrick Rose for his MVP season. Athletically, he's maybe not the same player that he was, but could you just talk a little bit about how he's matured over the last decade? And when he says something after the game, like, my teammates allow me to play this way, what does that mean for you to hear?
Well, and that's the great value in him. Whether he was the MVP of the league at 22 or 10 years later, he's the same guy. He's always been a team first guy. And winning's always at the forefront. He's always been a great teammate. He's happy when other people have success. He's most happy when the team wins. And whether he scores 2 points or he scores 20 points, he's the same guy. And he's doing it a lot of different ways. I think, and I've mentioned this many times, if you look at his net rating, pro 48, when he's on the floor, what he's done with us is pretty remarkable. So, he adds a lot of value to winning, as does Taj. Our vets have been phenomenal for us. You look at what Alec and Reggie have done along with Elford. It's just you need that type of performance to be a winning team. Our depth has been a big asset for us, and then of course what Julius has done speaks for itself. But RJ's having a terrific season, and Quick and Obi are really. Obi's really coming on. He's playing really well for us. And Quick has been terrific all year long as well.
Ian Bagley?
Cheers to you.
We've highlighted, Julius' the shooting, especially from the perimeter, how he's having a career year. But also you look at the assists, and you just watch the games, the way he's distributing the ball, finding his teammates. Was that a point of emphasis from you to him? Before this season,
6 assists for Julius tonight.
Not bad. It's a responsibility of every primary scorer is to understand. Okay, you have the responsibility. There's you got to run your offense, through your primary scorers. And when the second defender comes, you have to make the right reads. You have to make the right plays. And he's been willing to do that from the start of the season. So, and I want all our players to do that. I want them to put their team first and put winning first. And that's the only way you can win. When you look at the teams that go deep into the playoffs, they're teams that are willing to share the ball and they read the defense correctly. The game tells you who's getting what shot. So if you're getting blitzed in the pick and roll, know what your outlets or know where your outlets are, and know what your reads are in order. If you get double team the post, same thing holds true. Know when you're a primary option. When does that happen? When do you look for your shot first? And so that's all part of winning. And then it's important to take the right shots. As I said, the one thing that I think I'm most proud of as a team, these guys are playing for each other, and you've seen the quality of our 3-point shots. They're not bad shots. They're all good shots.
They're great shots
that are coming from a teammate making a play for somebody or making the extra pass. Those are great rhythm shots. It allows us to get a chance at a second shot. It also allows us to get our defense set. Everyone knows when it's coming.
Next question, Mike Borkanoff.
Tom, your offense has really kind of taken several steps up since Derrick Rose came to the team. Do you think that's a coincidence, or do you think it's fair to say that he's kind of been a catalyst for this offensive growth for you guys?
I think it's fair to say.
He's been a big part of it, but I also think you have to give credit to the other guys as well. I think RJ off the dribble, Quick off the dribble, Alec off the dribble, and then the willingness to make the extra pass by everyone, to pass up a good shot, to get a great shot, and just understanding, what your reads are and how to play winning basketball. But I think the team deserves credit, and usually it stems from your best players doing that.
It's funny in these pressers, real quick, when he's asked about one guy, and he did it with my Rose question, he'll go on and talk and give praise to everybody else. The unselfishness and the fact that this team is so tight-knit and everybody's praising everybody else, I think it comes from this guy. He sets the tone.
And then share the ball. And the game is pretty simple when you play it that way.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.
Have some ribs, Coach. Maybe even a cocktail. You deserve it. I had to put Anna up here, the Ice Queen, because she's very powerful, as is Derrick Rose. Yeah, man, Derrick Rose is awesome. I don't know what else to say. Andrew just texted me to continue my Derrick Rose rant. he is having one of the more unique careers really in the history of the NBA. I mean, he won an MVP at he didn't win an MVP. He was the youngest MVP. And then he was out of the league. And now he's look, we did our rankings a few weeks ago on the pod talking about who are the most important players on this team. I think I had Rose third and RJ second. But I mean, I'm just going to be honest. If you took RJ Barrett off this team, do I think they'd be able to replicate what he does? Yeah, I kind of do. If Derrick Rose was off this team, holy shit, they'd be fucked. They'd be absolutely fucked. You know, he is the second most important Knick to Julius Randle. And he's earned that designation. And he's the second, maybe not be the second best player, but he's the second most important player on a team that is unequivocally a top 10 team in basketball. 10 years after he won an MVP and was out of the league in between there. Amazing career. Amazing career. Testament to his strength as a human being. And happy to see it. Happy to see it. Shout out to Bernard Richardson for your contribution to the Super Chat. Thank you so much. Just had Macri. I need to figure out where on my body I'm getting the Tibbs tattoo. Any ideas? I was just going to show one of my tattoos, but I can't do that because I would get canceled. I have, when I went to Vegas for my bachelor party before I got married, I got my wife's name obviously is Dolores. So on like right below my waist, I got property of D-Lo right there, right to the right of my groin, right under my waistline. I think maybe now if this keeps going, I should get property of Tibbs on the other area, opposite side. Again, right below the waist. That's not weird at all, right? And maybe a picture of his face somewhere else on my personage. So that would be my vote. Jean-Baptiste Piron. Pell looked useful. I agree. Pell had a very nice game. It's now a lot of great pickups decisions by this front office. Didn't know we could experience that as Knicks fans. Look at us. Hey, who would have thunk it? Very true. Tim Kim. Funny how the tables have turned. Fizdale team were down 20 and Elfrid Payton is shoving dudes on the Grizzlies. Oh, my God. I was covering that game at the three-point line. Oh, my God. I was covering that game. That was the fire Dolan or sell the team chant at the end of the game. I've been to my fair share of Knick games over the course of my life. I'm not sure. Well, not depressed. I'm not sure I was ever quite as bummed out as after that Grizzlies game last year, especially since I had to go into the fucking Grizzlies locker room afterwards and hear them talk about how there were no hot water in the showers. And it was like insult upon injury. And it's a year later, or the equivalent of a year later, more or less. And now the Knicks are the best story in the NBA. Credit to Leon Rose, World Wide Wes, Tom Thibodeau, everybody. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Bernard Richardson, thank you for your multiple contributions here. Reminder, we got this Derrick Rose for a second-round pick and Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr.'s salary dump. How about that? How about them apples? Yeah, it's going to wind up being the 45th, 46th pick in the draft. It's unbelievable. Crazy. Great move. By the way, can we really have we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation about Leon Rose for Executive of the Year. I don't even care. You want to give it to what do you call it? Scott Perry? Fuck it. Give it to Scott Perry. I don't even care. Someone on this front office deserves significant, serious conversation for Executive of the Year. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Okay, heading back to the Super Chat to make sure I did not miss anything. Here we go. Okay. Taj Gibson is my dad, Brandon Kohler. Congratulations. You have a great father. Sean Ahern, ESPN 30 for 34s. What if I told you a wilting rose needed an empty garden to bloom again? winning is just a normal thing now. That's great. Great job, Sean Ahern. I like that a lot. How's Flan? Iggy with 14 points tonight in a magic win, ? Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as like the Kevin Porter stuff, right? Would I have loved Iggy to get a chance here? Sure. Am I about to sit here and question the decision-making of this team that has put together this roster and this coaching staff and this rotation? Absolutely not. Getting 14 points in a game for an organization that has not been playing for anything for 3 months in a no-stakes game doesn't really mean a lot to me. Obviously, I didn't watch the game. I did watch a lot of Iggy down in the bubble for the G League. He scored a lot of points there too. He looked good scoring a lot of points there too. Can't play defense to save his life. I did not think his offensive impact was really a winning impact. So all due respect to Iggy and his 14 points, I don't really give a shit. Sorry, Bernard. The Mets have fired their hitting coach. How about that? Well, at least we're not the Mets. Robert Cross. Now that we all agree that we are favorites in the Eastern Conference, obviously, can we get an update on the status of the chicken cutlet T-shirts? So I got a very, I'm not going to say an angry text from Jeremy Cohen earlier today. I got a perturbed text from Jeremy Cohen earlier today. I dare I say, accusing me of putting this chicken cutlet T-shirt thing out in the open. Again, it's your guys' idea. It's Jeremy's job. So Jeremy, direct your anger elsewhere. Anthony Sixto, very excited to see Rose get back to the playoffs and what he will bring in key moments. You know he's been waiting 100,000%. This is a guy who, again, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I am fairly certain that in his playoff appearance with the Timberwolves, he was one of the very few Wolves players that actually showed up and did his job against Houston in that series. So, yeah. One more we got. Stevens Guillaume. Thoughts on Max Kellerman apologizing to Randall today? I mean, look, we all owe it's just start pouring here. We all owe Randall an apology. I've apologized to him. I'll apologize to him again. I'm sorry, Julius Randle. If anybody who knows Julius Randle is out there listening, watching, again, pass along my apology. I think Max Kellerman, I don't give a shit what Max Kellerman says. That's my answer. I think Max Kellerman tries to get ratings. As far as Randall goes, you know, he went from being the third or fourth most important player on all the teams he had ever been on to coming to this city, entering this dysfunction, and being asked to be the best player. And he did not live up to that task, and we all crapped all over him because he did not live up to that task. You know, should have been more understanding. And that's a bad job by me because I create content and it's my name on the line. And, you know, I feel badly for that. And if I could take it back, I would. But, you know, Julius Randle, all the accolades, man, all the accolades. Toxic Knicks fan. Ja is just a track star who could dribble, take away his speed. What's he do good? I mean, yeah, but you could say say the same thing about a young Derrick Rose. Take away his athleticism. What does he do good? Russell Westbrook. Take away his athleticism. What does he do good? Well, actually, we're seeing. Although he's got his athleticism back. My point is like it's a little unfair. I know Ja had a terrible game. I still think Ja's going to be a pretty good player. More than a pretty good player. I think he's going to be a really good player. But you know, was there? I guess I don't get wrapped up in like the Ja versus RJ stuff or the Zion versus RJ stuff because for me, the worst thing that we could do as fans is to try to put RJ in a certain box because I don't think he's going to fit in any box. And I've spent more time writing about and thinking about and podcasting about who is his comp. I think RJ Barrett's going to be RJ Barrett. And I think RJ Barrett right now, and we see him, he has his good games and he has his not so good games. He's figuring out how to be R.J. Barrett right now. And Morant's going to do what he's going to do. Zion's going to do what he's going to do. I'm just really, really thrilled to let R.J. be R.J. and watching him learn and grow. And just the other part I'll say, knowing that we can enjoy this ride so much because we know the work ethic that he puts in behind the scenes. And now that we've seen proof of concept, it's no longer the case where he'll have a bad half or he'll have a couple of games in a row where he doesn't shoot. And you're like, oh, my God, the sky's falling with RJ. That's gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore, which is such a nice luxury to have when you're talking about your young player and their development. So, yes, Juan Cruz, RJ learning and growing and winning, 100%. He's the second leading scorer on the fourth best team in the East and a top 10 team. What more could you want? Okay, I want to hit on a couple other guys. Then I'm going to get back to the chat before we get another player. Maybe I was a little too harsh on Randall before. Ended up having 28 points on 23 shots. So, not the worst efficiency, but not his best game. Testament to him. That's how good he is. I am not going to talk about him, Elfrid Payton. I just don't want to talk about Elfrid Payton. We obviously talked about Rose. I thought, Alec Burks and let's talk about the bench, actually. Let's talk about the bench. So I thought Obi Toppin had some nice moments. I thought he fought hard for a rebound against Valanciunas. I thought the alley-oop was nice. I thought his steal was really good. He's just giving them good minutes, and I think it's notable that Tibbs continues to come out in these pressers and praise Obi. Norvel Pell, same thing. I thought he'd give them valuable minutes. He ended up playing 15 minutes. Very solid. They didn't really lose much on the court when he was out there, although long live Taj Gibson. And then Alec Burks. I thought Alec Burks looked like Alec Burks in his return. And it's funny, they've been playing so well without Burks. And I for one, already was falling into the trap of like, how much do we really need Alec Burks? We need Alec Burks. For us to maybe fuck around and do some things in the playoffs and win a game or two here or there and maybe even win a series, they need Alec Burks' playmaking. They need his shot making. They need his shot creation. They need his clutch gene, whatever you want to say. Julito, what did Julito say? Is Julito in here? What do we got here? No, we cannot, David. I don't even know what he's talking about, but shout out to Julito. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I thought Alec Burks had a nice game back. I can't wait to see him after he gets his sea legs under him. And then quickly, I would, if I have one nitpick tonight, I would have liked to see Emmanuel Quickley a little bit more. I thought he gave them some nice minutes. He ended up going 3 for 6 from the field. Obviously, 2 of 3 from deep. I've said it 1,000 times, as has everybody else. The team reaches a dynamic when he is in there that they don't reach with anybody else. Doesn't matter who else. Doesn't matter who has it going. Doesn't matter who's doing what. They reach a dynamic when Emmanuel Quickley is in there and he has it going. It's just unique. And it actually has me thinking, like, if I'm talking about the best, and people have asked this, I think we brought it up on the locker room this weekend. Best 5-man unit for this team, it's really tough because Randall has to be out there. Rose has to be out there. I feel like Bullock has to be out there. I want to say Quickley has to be out there because, again, I just went on this rant about how quickly his shooting and his range just changes everything for them. So then I guess I'm saying they'll go small and put RJ as the 5th guy. Man, these are good problems to have. You love Taj out there as the center. You love Mitch if he gets back. You love Burks out there. This is a real team, man. This is a real team. We go 8, 9, 10 deep. These are fun times. We got another comment in Super Chat. This is a good one. Greg Film Stuff. If you had to send Julius Randle to a former NBA legend, former player, or a current NBA vet for a summer to enhance his game, who would you send him to? I'm thinking Melo, but Randle facilitates. Here's the thing. I hope this doesn't come off as like sacrilegious. Randall's already doing all the mellow shit. Like, I feel like the jab steps and whatnot, and like, you want to tell me maybe around the post area he could learn some more stuff around the post, specifically like close range, like flat-footed, up and unders and shit like that. I don't know. I'd sooner send him to Kevin McHale for that, or Hakeem Olajuwon. Obviously, does his big man camp. How about man? I'm trying to think of like a passing. Oh, Jokic is still playing. Can we have him spend the summer with Arvydas Sabonis? I don't know if Arvydas can teach that level of passing. I'm trying to think of a guy who had like, I don't know. I kind of want him to hang out with Chris Paul. How about that? Hang out with Chris Paul and see what Chris Paul does to generate more offense, because I think as great as Randall has been as a playmaker and a facilitator, I think he has another level to reach there. I'm not sure how much he can get better in terms of the shot making around the court. I do think he can get better around the basket, though. So, good question. Julito, my man. My KFS shirt got lost in the mail. No. We got to rectify that. We'll get on UPS. We're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Sign it in stone. Oh yeah, finish the wire, Macri. Here's the thing. I've been consuming so much NBA on my off nights and everything, and God bless my wife, who has to deal with this shit. But I'm just trying to watch as many of these teams as I can because, it's fun and you got to scout. Summertime, though, I promise you I will finish the wire. Daniel Chang. Macri, we're still waiting on and following T-shirts. Arrest David Fizdale. Hashtag arrest David Fizdale. And hashtag Big 15. Well, we have the Big 15. My T-shirt actually just arrived today. It's upstairs. I folded it nicely. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. Make it happen. I love it. Thank you, by the way, everybody who's purchased some KFS swag, who has thought about purchasing some KFS swag. There's a link below this thing that you're watching right now if you want to get some. Yeah, Bernard King, good answer for who Julius Randle could spend some time with. What else we got? With the arrest David Fizdale hive is here and strong. I love it. Ooh, Kevin Garnett. That's a good one. Well, again, for anybody who missed it, I think I said it on the locker room a few weeks ago. I have heard around the way that there is some desire from within the Knicks organization to get Kevin Garnett in the building this summer to work with the guy that I heard was Mitchell Robinson. But hey, well, he's there. Work with Julius too. And don't forget Tibbs has the relationship with KG going back to Boston. So maybe not that crazy. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna take a few more and I'm gonna get out of here because it is midnight and I gotta write about this game. Give me a couple more questions. Who can RJ spend some time with besides Steve Nash? I think Steve Nash is sufficient. That's a good one. Hey, we got Derrick.
Derrick Rose is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Steph Bondi.
Hey, Derrick, I was wondering if you knew this was the 10-year anniversary of you winning the MVP and how crazy that just seems to you.
I think my girl mentioned it to me like earlier while she said she like posts and stuff, but I mean, it's crazy. The story is crazy, but I'm just happy to still be here and playing decent basketball. So I'm very appreciative, and let's do it.
Steve Popper.
Derrick, you had a little rough stretch early in the fourth quarter, and Tibbs pulled you for Alec, and then Alec goes down right away, and you come back in. It seemed like you just picked your game up to another level right there. What did you see? What changed for you there?
Oh man, I'm 32, bro. I'm 32, man. Get in at 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe come out. Right in the fourth, just trying to pick a spot. I was missing my typical, like those are all the shots that I normally take. Tibbs gave me that break, and AD ended up getting hurt. So going back in.
Good comment, Sean. I got to it a sec.
Aggressive. Normally in the first half, it was giving me my shot, and they tried to switch up and be aggressive, and I was finding ways to get to the basket.
Like Borgano.
Jack, you keep mentioning, I'm 32. I got to do this. I got to do that to still play at the level that you are. And you're obviously playing well. I mean, at what age did you realize you have to kind of change your routine up and you need to do things differently than you did when you were 23, 24 years old?
I mean, probably when I hit 27 and 28, but I didn't get my routine until I built my routine around 27 and 28, and I had almost the same routine all the way until now. I added a few more stretches, but the lady, Judy Settle, the lady that works for the Lakers right now, to tell you the truth, she is really the only reason why I'm back in the league, for real, as far as going to her. She was kind of like my therapist and, my therapist and someone I could talk to while I was doing my therapy. And she worked with Kobe almost his entire career. And every summer until the Lakers actually asked her to come on the staff, I was with her. And around that time, that's when she was telling me about the fascia tissue and all that stuff under your skin that get linked to a certain injury. So, shout out to you because without her, all the wouldn't be.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Derrick. How amazing is it that you guys are 12-1 in your last 13 games? And also, how amazing is it that I saw fans here in Memphis wearing your University of Memphis jersey?
It's super cool, man. Just to be on a winning team. It could have been a lot different. As long as the record, we get more wins and loses, I'm cool with it. And especially with the record that you put out, it's showing that we're doing something quite unique here. We're playing with urgency, or if even in the first half, we're able to adjust, or in the second half, we're able to adjust. So we're reading the game. The coach staff is doing a great job with talking to us and communicating with us, and we're just following behind. I mean, for a bench player, we're just following behind the starters, the Jude and the starters. They come out and set the tone, and it's for the bench players. We talk along the sideline and see what the game needs, and before we get in the game, we already know how we're going to play. So we got to play a different way than the first group, so that you're kind of thrown off by both of us coming at you a different way.
Ian O'Connor.
Derrick, obviously over the years, it's always seen that Tom has been a head coach that has gotten the very best out of you and your different stops together. What is it about your partnership that has made that, just elevated your game to the level that you played it with Tom as your head coach?
I know I said I thought about it for a while, and the only thing that I can think of is trust. He knows how hard I fought to get back. He knows I'm a gym rat. He knows that I'm a student of the game. He knows where my heart is at, and it's vice versa. I know how much work he put into this craft. I know how he preps before every game, and we're seeing the results of it. Where he came here, he had a great group, very young group. They're playing tremendously throughout the entire year. And me coming here, just trying to give them more confidence, or let them be vocal and let them know what I see on the floor. And it's working. But with Tibbs, that's somebody I can trust to the end. And I know that it's vice versa.
Thank you, Derrick.
Thank you.
Someone I could trust to the end. I love it. Okay. A couple more Super Chat comments and we get out of here. Sean Hardy. No BS. I thought the same thing earlier today, what I'm about to read. I looked up the Clippers record in relation to ours to see if a pick swap was in play. I swear I had the same thought. I didn't follow through. I didn't look it up, but I had the same thought earlier today. Don Cappuccini, thank you so much for this generous contribution here. My cynical Knicks friends are happy, but seem to find my over-optimism annoying a lot. At one point, if you are paying attention, when you just relax
If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. You Bagley?
and admit that there's something going on here that isn't status quo. About a month ago.
Sorry, Julius. Just 11 and 12 overall, and the way you guys are doing it. I mean, what do you think of what you guys have been able to do over this past 12 games?
It's been good. You know, what we said we want. This is what we have to do. This is the step that we have to take forward and keep doing and get better.
Julius is wearing a fun hat.
It's good. I'm happy that we're doing it, but we can get better.
Stefani?
I like that hat.
Because you got Jokic next, and people think of him as the front runner for MVP now. And we keep raising the bar for you. First, it was All-Star, now it was All-NBA. But you've been getting some consideration for MVP. Do you think you belong in that conversation?
For sure. I'm not going to shy away from it. But for me, it's about getting better from game to game, improving as a player. You know, I'm not focused on it. You know, the praise obviously is great and everything. I'm not focused on it, but for me, I'm not worried about it. Just keeping it better, keep leading the team from game to game because, you know, like I said before, our team, I feel like we can be the same about this.
Steve Popper?
Did you know that it was today was the 10-year anniversary of Derrick getting named the youngest MVP? And how crazy is it what he's doing for you guys 10 years later?
I saw it. Like they posted my highlights. I saw it. You know, it is crazy. You know, his MVP ever. But how he's matured and evolved as a player is an incredible thing to see as well. So for him to go through everything that he's gone through in his career, to be where he is now says a lot about who he is as a person. So it's been great.
Big working up?
Julius, you mentioned the maturation for him. Like, what have you noticed? I mean, he was the MVP before you were even in the league, and now he's still playing, really high level, right? What have you taken away from the way that he plays, the way that he plays, all those types of things that he does before he even gets on the court?
He just plays the win. He plays the game the right way. He knows who he is as a player. You know, he knows how to get to his spots. I think he's even more skilled now than maybe he was back then. You know, so he knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to finish well around the rim, get in the paint, and find, you know, guys. He knows everybody is on the floor. So, you know, he's still a great player. People take it for credit, but he's still a great player.
Last question, Jonathan Macri.
Hey, Julius, just as far as the three-point shooting this year, do you get a sense that when you hit some of these more audacious threes, like the one in the corner tonight, that it's a pick-me-up for the rest of your team? And do you kind of get a sense that that's coming?
I don't know if it's a pick-me-up, but it's a shot that opens a lot of things up, not just for myself, but for my teammates. So I'll take it when it's there. I don't try to force it. Comfortable taking it, and you know, it's just a testament to the work. So, I don't know if it's a big enough to answer your question on that.
Okay. I like he has a President Obama shirt on too, which I like very much. Oh, he has sunglasses. Man, that's a look. That's a look. I like that look. Okay. Gonna read a couple more comments in the super chat, and then we're gonna get out of here. Don Cappuccini has another one. Dom, thank you so much, man. This is really ultra generous. As excited as I am about playoffs in the Garden, I'm also excited about adding on this team's success this summer and next summer. So am I. We should all be excited, but also have confidence that this team is not going to need to do anything stupid, and won't do anything stupid. You know, it's funny. I'm going to get to the rest of your comment in a sec. We always go back and we talk about the 2012-13 season as the other big season from the last 20 years. And then they went out in the offseason and they made, you know, maybe the dumbest trade that they've ever made as a franchise, trading for Andrea Bargnani and giving up a first-round pick to do that. which was insane the moment it happened. And it was not what they needed. And it was just, they let a bunch of veterans go. I think we could be secure in knowing that the people running this organization, whatever they do this summer, whoever comes, whoever doesn't come, whoever stays, whoever goes, there are adults in the room now. And they're going to be, rational actors in how they go about this. So be excited. Be excited for what's here, but be excited for what's to come. Go Knicks. P.S. Tomorrow I'll be getting back on the newsletter. Awesome. Thank you, Dom. Go Knicks and go Knicks Film School. You're the best. We appreciate that. And, man, look at the generosity here. Another one. I might be excited, but seriously, Julius this season is really making a run at Melo 2012-13. All NBA and most improved player, no doubt. Most improved player is done. It's 1 to 20 odds or something like that now. All NBA, I would say, is all but wrapped up. I think it's going to happen. I think the only question now is where he finishes on the MVP ballot. Melo finished 3rd that year. Obviously, the Knicks were the 2nd seed in the East, so that made it easier for him to finish so high. Julius is not going to finish 3rd. I think he'll finish very highly. And one more from Dom. Man, Dom, you're the MVP of the night here. Knicks still undefeated when leading to start the 4th. How about that? It's just there are so many things that we could point to as being worthy of our excitement and praise and just utter jubilation this season. Again, I said it a few weeks ago, and Dom, this speaks to what you wrote about before. Take a moment to, if you haven't already, take a moment to cherish this and be cognizant of what is happening as it is happening. You don't get seasons like this very often. I don't care where they go from here. They could be a contender for the next 10 straight years. We're not going to – a season like this happens once, it might happen once in a lifetime for a fan of a team to come out of nowhere and become the story of the league in the way that they've done it, after what they've been through, after what we've been through, all of it. So relish it, cherish it, tell your friends about it, and most of all, buy some Knicks Film School merchandise. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Thanks for tuning in. Andrew Claudio, if there's anything I forgot or anything else I should mention, let me know. Get a Tibbs tattoo. You could do that too. Thank you, David Futternick. You got to savor it. The immortal Jim Gandolfini. We will be back on Wednesday night. May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. You know what? I think you've inspired me, Andrew. I am going to go ahead and put on an old Star Wars movie as I write the newsletter tonight. What movie? Which one should I watch? Should we do a little Return of the Jedi? It's Return of the Jedi night, right? Yeah, let's do a little Return of the Jedi. Lightsaber noises. Empire? You go Empire? What do we think? Empire or Jedi? I don't know. I go Jedi myself, but Empire. You can't go wrong with Empire. We got Empire. We got a lot of Empire. We got Return. New Hope. Zolo J going out on a limb with the New Hope. I'm not doing New Hope. You have Return of the Jedi. Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones isn't terrible. Actually, if anybody says Phantom Menace, that's the Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is the David Fisdale of the Star Wars series. That's it. There we go. Rise of Skywalker is the Phil Jackson, I think, of the Star Wars series. Anyway, all right, we're gonna get out of here. Enjoy your Star Wars content. Enjoy your Knicks content. Enjoy the evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Adios.